Hey everybody in YouTube land. I've been meaning to make a video for a while, but just haven't got around to it. I guess the last series everybody was interested in was the go-kart project. Well, I got rid of that. Sold it to, sold it to somebody, and he's got some young kids. He's going to try to get it finished and get his kids on it. My kids have grown by the time I finished or got some progress on the go-kart. They outgrew it and I just lost interest in it, so I've moved on. I bought a motorcycle a while back. You probably saw some videos on that. And my brother's got a motorcycle now, so we need a trailer to trailer our motorcycles around with. So I decided to build one instead of buy one. I could build one a little bit cheaper than I could buy one. I wanted something about 6 by 10, and so I bought all the components for it, bought an axle, bought all the steel. Of course, my labor and my welding time is free, so I don't have to pay for that. I got a 3,500 pound axle, and that is sitting right here. It came with the leaf springs and the mounts. I got it off of eBay for, I don't know, $175 or something like that. 3,500 pound axle comes with hubs, the greasable bearing in, so you don't have to take the hubs apart to grease them. You just plug your grease gun into the end and grease them up, so that makes maintenance a little bit easier. As you can see, I'm pretty much done with tacking the frame together. It's 6 feet wide, actually a little bit wider than 6 feet wide. This axle is 70 inches center to center, and I've got some blocks here that I've welded on the inside of the frame to mount the spring shackles to. And it's getting pretty heavy. I've used some fairly thick-walled steel on all this because I don't want it to break or anything. So I'm to the point now that I need to flip it over and do some more welding and mount my spring perches on the other side. What you're looking at here is the top, and I built the side rails and the end rails out of 2x4 tubing. I think it's 120 wall, and these center crossbars are 2x3 088 wall, I think it was. So they're a little bit thinner, but my thinking was that when I get it all finished, these cross braces are flush with the bottom of the trailer, but I can take my flooring and lay it on top of that, and it'll be pretty flush with the top of the frame on the outside. Now, I'm not positive that's the way I'm going. This is actually a piece of synthetic decking. I might go with some expanded metal frame if I can get some that's fairly sturdy, doesn't squish too much. I think I can get an 8 by 10 sheet of that for about $80 or something. So I've got about $500 into this now. I've got a box full of parts. I got the coupler. That's the last thing I need to mock up. Got my trailer lights and everything in the box. Got a jack for the front of it. And I've got to fab up some sort of gate on the back. But I'm not sure about how high it's going to be off the ground. These are 5 on 4.5 bolt pattern for the axle hubs. So I'm thinking getting some Jeep TJ rims, because I've got a Jeep. I'll be towing it with a Jeep. I put some Jeep rims on it and some cheap trailer tires. And plus I can get the Jeep rims for free from some friends of mine. So that'll be a low-cost option. The other thing is buy a wheel and tire combo for about 75 bucks each. So that's about another $150 to spend on this thing, but it's coming along. I need to flip it over now so I can work on the bottom side to put this last spring perch in. Make sure that I have it positioned correctly. So I'll give you another report when I'm to that point. But sorry, I've got welding hat hair as I've been welding this afternoon. Actually, it's about 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday. It's about 33 degrees outside. I've got the propane heater going in here, so it's fairly warm in here right now. It's 53 degrees in here, which is perfectly fine when you're moving around, working, getting up and down, moving steel around, cutting it, and whatnot. I don't know if you've seen the video review I did on this steel chop saw that I've got, but it is you see the blades on there. It's actually a carbide tipped steel cutting blade. This thing is excellent for cutting steel, and it goes through it like butter. I did a review on this saw comparing it to other methods of cutting steel, and this thing is absolutely fantastic. If you don't have one, you ought to get one. I would say it even does a better job than a plasma cutter, because the cuts are nice and straight, and it beats a Sawzall, because you can't make a straight cut with a Sawzall. So yeah, check out the review I did on YouTube of that thing. It's a Milwaukee Dry Cut Saw. It's great. Saw blades are about $130 a piece, but you can just get these sharpened up for about $30, I think. So this is the original saw blade, and I've used it for tons and tons of projects. So anyway, next time you see this, it'll be flipped over if I can get some help. I don't know if I can lift this thing up by myself without killing myself. So I get one of my kids to help me. So I'll talk to you later.